right, questions. Good.
Congrats on the win, guys. Rassie, just from your side, obviously a great win, but just performance-wise, you can sum it up for us.
It's tough at last because when we had a good margin, winning margin this game, again one can probably say I don't know, does the score really reflect how close the game was? I think yes, it was a one-try game, penalty missed here and there, 2 tries, one from them and one from ours, disallowed for small infringements or necro or forward pass or something like that, and yeah, competitive as hell. We're getting some disruptions and injuries and Ox not be able to doing our normal swap around when we try to get the fresh legs on. Then a guy like Lucanio really brought some energy. I thought Vincent and Malcolm really did, and the same with the Toulouse forwards, and Quibus as well. So overall, I guess when you play Twickenham and you have to say we're not happy with the performance, and we beat them by 9 points, that would be arrogant. We wasn't fantastic, but we're content that we could beat them today.
And just so we also know it's one of the best players in the world already, but I mean, how big was Kolisi tonight?
He was tall.
And, I'm so nervous I'm jinxing, and I keep on saying he's just a special player, but it doesn't seem to go to his head. I think that's probably one of the most important things in the world, that stuff don't go to your head. Even I don't think there's actually a title that he hasn't won. From Sevens, Toulouse, wherever he's played, I think only a Super Rugby title he hasn't won. And he always stay grounded. If you arrest him last week and play him this game, he's just up to speed immediately. And I think the team also helps him a lot, but one can't praise him enough for. There's always not the glamorous things that he does. There's a lot of off-the-ball work that he really does well. And yeah, we can just be very fortunate that we have such a good crop of winners.
Rassie, under pressure now in the really late in the game, it's almost as if that adversity brings out the best in you. You really responded well with Autumn. But just your thoughts on how the team responds to these kind of situations. Is that the champion pedigree coming through?
I definitely think it's experience. I think with the team that we put out there has played together a lot in important games. They also, most of them played in the last match against Argentina for the Rugby Championship. Getting cards is not something to be proud of, but hanging in there while we have a card, that definitely takes some character and good planning from the other coaches and the guys who's running the specific areas in the game, being a defense lineouts or scrum. Vincent going to lose it. If Vincent didn't have the ability to go to lose it, which we marked on the team sheet, we would have gone to uncontested scrums, which would have meant we would have gone to 13 men. So, then we would have struggled to keep them out because they really were doing well. So yes, I do think calm heads, which we weren't always in the coach's box, but the players on the field pretty much were cool, calm, and handled it with experience.
Can you please also just give me your thoughts? I mean, Novemebr, said about Colby, but there seems to be like a golden thread in his career that if it needs a big play, comes up with it. Putting Colby away and just give me your thoughts on Damien's ability to just come after that little bit of magic.
Yeah, I think there's it's someone that we know what he's capable of, whether he has the ball in hand or he's defending. And he's such a quick guy, and he's got one of the best passes in the team. So position, you never know what he's gonna do. And what I like about him is his attitude. He's not scared to try stuff, and he's not scared to take it upon his shoulders. But I think, like you say, and if we need, like we talk about warriors on our team, and if we need ground, he's not scared to put his hand up and say, "Give it to me, I'll never go." And that's what makes the team so special. And that's why. Because Rassie is so good, he gives us the freedom. And he said there's a system. The system is there to protect you, but you gotta still bring yourself. And that's what we love in Dukes. If our 10 is under pressure, he'll take control of that and take charge. So yeah, it's really good to have that in the group.
Rassie, winning the World co-captain in
you were 22, was there a moment where you thought that this game was slipping out of your grasp and the run of penalties? Were you nervous?
No, I think it was more or less the same. I think it was just before halftime when we were camped in their half and maybe 20 or 30, 25 minutes in when we actually scored a try and the ref says there were three or four penalties in a row, but then we scored a try. I think unfortunately, or lucky for us, unfortunate for them, they didn't convert. And we got the first yellow card, and we definitely knew if we made another mistake there, penalty-wise, we would go down to 13 men, and I think that's where the call came on. Let's be whiter than white. Don't contest the breakdown and make sure we don't go to 13, because they really had us under the pump. And that's maybe when we also subbed Peter Steff to go and play lock. So yes, they did definitely have us under pressure there.
Yeah, when a team goes on this run of like winning so many consecutively tight games, you look at England how they're losing consecutive tight games. Do you get a sense when you're playing that one team believes it more? Do you kind of get the sense that no matter what happens, you're still going to come out on top? Is that a thing that you have on the pitch?
I don't think any teams believe any less. I think in the game, I think England would have believed till the end of the game, And for us, it's the same. No matter what's going on, we're gonna go on until the last whistle is blown, and that's one thing that the coaches encourage when say chasing lost causes. It doesn't matter what the score is or how much time is left in the score. We're gonna go until it's over, and I think they have the same mindset. You see the way they played today. They made it hard for us, and we had to dig deep and keep on going over and over. We've been through this kind of period as well. If you give up, you're never gonna make it out of it. You just gotta keep on going. It's tough. It's really tough, but it really helped us and pulled us together as a group, and we had certain goals and we reached those goals. And that's what I said earlier in the week. The motivation comes within us. We don't look for outside motivation within us, and obviously what we're playing for the people back home in our country. It's special to see so many South Africans come out and support us here. So yeah, it will come right for them as long as they just keep on going.
Rassie, tactically, early on those two touchdowns on the number 9, was it something that you were looking at sending the tall boys to the second together and directly?
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think the breakdowns they really did well. I'll get to that now. I think they did their homework really well. As soon as Grant went for the ball, then they would do a small little counter rock, and it was just a hand on his hand, nothing illegal. Very well done. They obviously saw a weakness there that we park on the ball and not clean pass, and it actually caught us up until minute 55 before we actually got fluent ball and we didn't get a knock. Not that it was Grant's fault, but certainly England did well there. And I think the same with their nines, with the screen not being allowed now and the nine only have 5 seconds. The moment you roll the ball back, it's out. And I think that's where we were a bit clever. But they also caught us with a few things today. I thought tries were on, but then they just counter-up at exactly the right moment. And I think the same with Ibn and Peter Steff and Archie and those guys putting pressure on the nine.
No word on money, going off just before after half time. What do you think about his performance?
No, like anybody else, he played there about 50 minutes and we won the match. I said Mari's played for us in the World Cup semi-final. Players understand that the last game against Argentina, he was probably man of the match and we scored so many tries and we won the rugby championship, So I think we as a team know exactly where we are. We know there's guys coming back from injury and that's why we're not afraid of rotating, and guys are not, he's not upset when we take him off and he doesn't have a great game or when he's getting tired. Moni's, he did some brilliant things and did some bad things, but we felt Andre's cool head, getting us back onto the front foot was needed, and sometimes going to be the other way around. So next weekend, we'll see. Definitely wasn't Moni's greatest performance, but also wasn't his worst.
Rassie, congratulations on the win today. What's something from today's game that you're going to be doing today?
I think the first thing is we must select a team. We're a good bunch of guys and ladies who's in the management team together. And next week is our last match. From June normally we're together till November. And the guys have birthdays, some of us kids while we're away, and now we're only seeing each other next week, July after next week. So we would love to end on a high. But we know when we play the Welsh, it's always a grind. We've never had, I know the one game we gave them proper shots, but they were playing a lot of youngsters there. So we would really love to, until for 6 months, 7 months or so, when we see each other as a team together again, this is going to be an important week. So I think first thing is, as a team, work really hard. Well, select a team, work really hard. Even the guys who doesn't play, analyze Wales proper, and yeah, I can't now already. I have too much respect for England, just focusing on them. So from tomorrow morning, we'll do that.
Dan here from Weber Sports. Rassie, just to touch on the last game that was against England, obviously the semi-final, a lot was made of that aerial battle and then the selection of Freddie Stewart. You know, come to expect a fierce battle. I'd love to know how you prepared this week for that battle and what the learnings were from the last test and how it played out today.
Yeah, I'm so nervous that my words will get twisted, but just some will be in a headline or something like that, and that's why I would like to explain the whole thing. Coaches, and I think when people say, I think he's under pressure, both week, I just almost want to say, who's been there, you know? And what you normally then do is, you know, you fall back on what you know as a coach and you know work. You know, we had a good feeling that you'll probably go back on Freddie Stewart, and Freddie Stewart is. I mean, he's just fantastic in the air. We actually tried to not to kick to him, but they swapped so much around there that. But then the way Chesley and Kirtley and the boys contested in the air wasn't as good as him. But for those small guys to get up there and catch the ball, obviously we rested them last weekend with this in mind for them to get fresh. So they had focused on England since Thursday last weekend and on specific players. And the only thing you can do is try and either tackle him or kick to the side that is not. But then again, I really think if this team, they've had 3 Southern Hemisphere teams now. They took them close to the last 10 minutes. I think if they keep what they're doing, we find it tough to break them down today. So, we just prepare well, try and beat them, and it was difficult.
Last question, guys. Then England are coming in.
I can take it.
Okay, Bill, let's do it.
One Oxus injury, how bad is it?
It's a cut above the knee, so it's not the knee itself which is positive, but it's a quite deep cut. I think it's something very similar to what isn't the Groot when he had that of New Zealand when he had the cut. Just I think it's the Groot above the knee. So again, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a doctor at all. I think it just depends on how quickly the stitches. It's not in the knee; is not injured. It's this much above the knee. So. Hopefully we can pick him again, but we won't risk him if that thing is going to go open again. So it's not the knee, it's a cut.
Rassie, obviously last year was incredible. You won the World Cup. This year, you're world number 1. You've got the Rugby Championship. When you look at pure performance of your team, do you think the team this year is performing better than the team last year?
I think if you take everything into account, but I want to keep on saying numbers. But with Wilco being the 50th player that's played for us this year, and you look at the actual game time, there's actually a lot. It's just those numbers turning in and out. It's giving Andre proper game time when he wasn't injured, giving Lucanio, trying getting Kainin in the mix, Kobus, Krappies, Nine from the Lions, Krapmornay. There's so many guys that we've given a chance that we do know rhythm is going to lack. But I think what we're trying to keep in everybody is the hunger and the grunt and the passion. And sometimes that makes it a good season. But I know if we just pick the same team and the best team that we think from the beginning till the end, we would have been much smoother during the year. But we're happy with the results.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.